Alrighty, guys, will they, won't they, what is it, what's happening, SpiderMan Brand New Day, all the questions, all of these things that we've been talking about for many, many, many months now. And one of the biggest questions, I mean, this is a question that, spawns a lot of other questions around it, but really one of the biggest questions is, what is the tone of SpiderMan Brand New Day? What is it going to be like? I mean, what are we looking at? Are we looking at multiverse because of Doomsday? Is it, is it going to be craziness? At one point, there were rumors going around about Null. Sony wanted Null to be in this movie. What is this movie? Is it going to be street level? And now we have confirmation. We know. I mean, we kind of had confirmation, I suppose, at one point, but now we really have confirmation from Kevin Feige himself, from the source himself. Before we get into, well, actually, no, I changed my mind. Let's dive into these quotes first, and then let me go on a little bit of a diatribe about scoopers and leakers, because again, I want this channel to be informative. I want you guys to, be able to go to the news sources yourselves and be able to parse through what is real, what's not, what's a rumor, what's actually true. That's why we talk all the time about these sources: Hollywood Reporter, Variety, Deadline, The Wrap, and then other people, who have sources like John Campea, Christian Harloff. But there's a reason we look at certain sources and not others. And we'll get to that in just a second. Let's get to Kevin Feige's exact quotes here. He's doing some press, I think, for Fantastic Four. That's why all this news is coming out. And he has this to say about Spider-Man Brand New Day. He says, quote, "I think there's a promise at the end of No Way Home that for as sad as it is that Peter is forgotten by everyone in his life, we are seeing for the first time in the Tom Holland Spider-Man stories him being a proper Spider-Man. Him being by himself, dedicated to saving the city and dealing with, for lack of a better term, street-level crime as opposed to world-ending events." Okay, great. Let's talk about that in just a second. Next quote, "So when you do that, you say, okay, who are the other street-level characters that we've never seen him interact with? And of course, I love that the Punisher started in a Spider-Man comic. That great cover. I don't want to say too much, but Destin," referring to Destin Daniel Cretton, the director of the film, I will say too much is what he says. "Destin is doing an amazing job right now on that movie, which starts shooting very, very soon. And he's got 8 or 9 comic covers up on his wall in the art department that he is bringing to life in this movie, which is super cool." Okay, so huge takeaways here. Number 1, Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be street level. Confirmation number 2, which we kind of knew before, based on also the rumors and the news about Punisher. Punisher is in this movie. Punisher is definitely in this movie. And so, let me just, before we dive into that news itself, because it's huge, it's big news here, and we can even talk about Hulk if we want to, and how he might fit into this, because, spoiler alert, I don't think he does, honestly, but let's get to that in just a second. I want to just say, first of all, I also follow some leakers, quote unquote leakers and scoopers, myself, just to see what they're saying, right? Because sometimes they're right. And sometimes they're right in ways where you're like, okay, you must have had a source for that, because how would you have known otherwise? But a lot of the times, leakers and scoopers are wrong. And they're not there to be the be-all, end-all news sources. So we should not take them as that, because throughout the last year, I have heard almost every rumor under the sun possible for Spider-Man Brand New Day by the same people who were like, no, it's going to be multiverse, it's going to be Doomsday, it's going to be, it's going to be crazy, it's going to have Hulks, and it's going to have Daredevil is going to be in it, and it's going to be a female villain played by Nicole Kidman, all that kind of stuff. By the way, I'm not saying that none of these things couldn't have been true at the time. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying that there are things that people say that we should just not take at face value, and we should just file away and just say, okay, that's interesting. Let me think about that for later, until we get news like this where Kevin Feige comes out and says, yeah, Punisher's in this movie. So it's just a little thing that I wanted to get off my chest, because I feel like more so than even any of the Fantastic Four casting rumors, which we just will never know, how true or untrue some of those were, because they're not going to talk about, oh, we almost cast Adam Driver as Reed Richards. Nobody's going to say that. This culture around scooping and leaking for Spider-Man Brand New Day in particular has gotten crazy to me. There are 4 or 5 distinct versions of this movie that people have been purporting for a while now, and we're landing on this Punisher Spider-Man street level story. So let's get to that. It's going to be street level. That's really exciting, because I think that what a lot of us really wanted was this film to be very grounded and very street level. Does that mean the rumors of Hulk being in the movie are debunked? I don't think so. I would suspect, though, I don't know, because there have been some conflicting reports about an art designer who accidentally posted a picture of concept art for Hulk and whatnot, so I don't know. But it doesn't feel super street level to have Punisher and Spider-Man fighting the Hulk. You know, this really feels like, I mean, if we're going to lean one way or the other, it feels like, yeah, let's get Mr. Negative in there. Let's get sort of a crime operation going on that Spider-Man has to fix, which I think is a super interesting thing. So I, for one, am very excited about this. This is a confirmation that Spider-Man Brand New Day is not going to be crazy. It could still be crazy, but it's not going to have Toby and Andrew come in, I don't think. Like a ton of these scoopers and leakers were saying. I don't think it's going to have, it's definitely not going to have Null. I don't think it's going to have many multiversal elements at all. I think this is really going to be a true Spider-Man story, and I am so excited about that. Not to say, by the way, I don't enjoy the multiversal elements in other films. I loved Spider-Man No Way Home, and I am a huge fan of Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home, more than most people, to be quite honest with you. I'm excited for something new and for something grounded, and for Spider-Man to take the streets and fight Punisher, fight with Punisher. We will see about that. So this is confirmation from the boss at Marvel himself that Spider-Man Brand New Day is street level and Punisher is going to be in the film. Guys, what do you think about all this? This is official confirmation. We've been thinking this for a while now. Let me know in the comments down below.